Hello, Oakwood artist. It is Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. It's our 96th day of making art together. Welcome back. The week is flying by already, and I hope that good things are happening in your life this week. Okay, today's assignment. We're still working on our Week in the Life of Me comic strip, as you can see. Fourth grade. If you tuned in yesterday, you saw me share Monday, Tuesday, and today hasn't happened yet. The fourth grade school, where my daughter is going to have a violin lesson coming up very soon. And so that's my focus for today, helping her through that violin class. But I'm sure I'll be helping in any way only behind a locked, closed door and hearing the sounds of her violin, because she doesn't want us to have anything to do with her school right now, which is cool because she's happy to be in school in any way that she can be. And so if it's behind a locked door, doing her homework at her computer in her studio, that's okay with me. And she certainly unlocks the door if I knock on it. So she just doesn't want us interrupting her classes because it's, all the students would see us interrupt, and that would be really embarrassing to a 9-year-old. So we won't do that. So we're going to keep working on that. I'm going to come up with my day of fourth grade today, and then each day we're working on kind of illustrating, summing up what happened in your life today and thinking of how you'd represent it in a comic strip. Okay, today's assignment is reflections in a spoon. Now, we've done lots of different self-portraits, portraits and self-portraits during this series. And it's one thing to look into a mirror, or for me, I can look into this screen here and see myself. But it's really different if we hold a shiny silver spoon. You can see the computer there in this, and the room. And Escher, MC Escher, loved to use that effect with spheres. He would use make reflections, and really outstanding reflections in like a silver sphere of some sort. So we're going to be doing that with spoons today. So when I look at myself in the mirror, I get one image, but when I look at myself in the mirror, or I'm sorry, in the spoon, I get another. So if I turn the spoon with the tip upward, I'm going to get one image of myself. If I tip it this way, I'm going to get a different image. So I'm going to work with kind of straight on, and I wish you could see the image I'm getting, but I'm going to draw it, and it's going to be exaggerated because it's in the round and it's changing our reflection. So I'm just going to, I'm just guessing here, but I can see it's just a little bit dark. So I recommend, if you're doing this, to do it near natural light, because I'm getting the reflection of the lamp behind me, and I would prefer not to. I'm really kind of only seeing one nostril, so it's kind of bizarre, but that's the way it is. And my face is, whoops, I can see you cannot see me. I apologize. So very different than a self-portrait. In a self-portrait, I want to highlight what I find to be my best features. In this, I don't really have a choice. I'm just gonna end up with what I end up with. So if you don't have a spoon, don't have some kind of reflective round surface to look into, imagine just a fun house. My daughter wore a black and white striped shirt the other day on the computer for her class, and she said, "Mama, I can never wear that again because the entire time my shirt was doing this in the video." And I said, "I've had that effect too when I have done some stuff over Google Meet and Zoom." I said, "I don't think the other students are seeing you that way." So imagine yourself in a fun house if you don't have a spoon or some kind of reflective thing. And this will not be a very flattering image. Now, if I could actually take the image, if I could take an image of this reflection in this spoon, I'd end up with something a little bit different. This is a spoon from our Alice in Wonderland series. It's got Alice and a flamingo. And I'm borrowing it today because I didn't have any other spoons here on hand. Guess I do see a little bit of nostril here. But my face in this is pretty elongated. And I don't really see my neck. Well, actually, my neck is more down in here. So this, to me, is not how I look. I don't feel like I look like this. But in the spoon, I'm pretty elongated. And so that can really get you away from drawing yourself the same all the time, or getting stuck drawing yourself, because it can be really hard to draw yourself. So this is just a fun way, kind of like that blind contour drawing I talked about yesterday, of really getting us out of places that we're stuck in, and also just to have fun and exaggerate in art making. New take on the self-portrait here I am, and doesn't look a lot like me, but it's how I'm seeing myself kind of in this reflection in this spoon. So give it a try. I encourage you. I'm going to show you the bottom of this because my chin is really long on here. Give it a try. This is not normally how I would draw a person, so this really opens me up to the idea that my drawings don't always have to look just like I drew them. I can expand on my drawing, and I can make drawings a little more primitive and raw. That's what I'm always trying to get to. I'm trying to get back to that very young artist in me, getting back to the beginning where anything was possible in art making. Any lines were possible, and there wasn't a certain way art had to be. Now, there's never a way art has to be, but we believe that as adults. We train ourselves to have critical thinking, to be harsh and critical of ourselves. But this allows me to really break a little free. And I would never draw like this. I just don't see myself drawing like this. But when I look at it, I'm like, oh, but that's the kind of image, when I see it in somebody else's work, I'm like, wow, that is what I would like to be able to do. So this process allowed me some freedom in creating differently than I ever do. So it was a good process for that. I hope you will try it too. Remember, grab a spoon, look at your reflection, turn the spoon different directions, up, down, sideways, and see what kind of different views you get of yourself. One where I get a very long forehead, one where I get a very long chin, but everything in the spoon, except when I go like, let's see, how did I go? When I go like this, when the spoon is kind of, the top of the spoon is facing downward, I get a very shortened version of myself. But any other version, I'm getting a very elongated face. So give it a try. See what happens. See if that can help you kind of break out of places where you're stuck as an artist. We're going to come back tomorrow. We are going to have another activity, art process, where we're breaking free from the chains that bind us in our ideas and ideals of art making. Okay, happy art making. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.